What's going on, guys? Thanks again for tuning in to Zah King's Music Connection. Today I got Paul Mauled with me. Now, Paul keeps himself very busy with his solo material and his band Bad Hormones. He has an extensive collection of work ranging from hard punk, psychobilly to straight up punk rock. He's an amazing songwriter. It shines through in any genre that he's playing. I'm glad I got to catch up with him for a little bit and talk about a bunch of shit. What's going on, dude?
What's going on? I think just music, work. I've been home for it feels like 6 months now. Almost done with the Elvis Costello EP that I'm working on, so that'll be fun to put that out. Other than that, not a whole hell of a lot, just staying indoors. I started out in high school. Me and my friend had a band called Dimension 13. We played a couple of shows, and then I don't know, college. I went to college to make movies for film, and I ended up getting real bad psoriasis. You could see it. It used to cover 80% of my body, and I just didn't leave the house for years back then. And I just learned to play guitar and started writing songs, and that's pretty much. I got my drummer and I got my bass player, and we started the Bad Hormones. And that was 2005 when that all ended up starting, and it's been that since then. So I have to walk away before you take down everyone else. Have you lost your mind? Are you smiling? I'll tell you, using real life inspiration right now is difficult, and also I don't know, I feel there's so much, but my thing personally is going out and watching people, talking to people. So with COVID, that's impossible, and then with all the crazy shit that's going on now, it's I don't even want to leave the house for probably till 2021. But I still come up with songs, mostly just lambasting fucking people who think who they are. I don't know. Pay to suck is like the fuck you to the promoters. You know what though? I don't know what. I can't say what promoters could do right now to make anything better, especially. Back then, I think they could have booked shows that actually the bands were kind of similar, instead of just throwing on a metal band and a punk band and some acoustic kid and this and that. There was no direction. I also think a lot of the headliners don't actually draw money. They're trying to subsidize to get these big shows, but I don't know. The one band I paid to open for, it was the one time I paid to play for Wednesday 13. I think I brought people, 30 people that I sold tickets to, and the other guy that played, I forget what band, but after we played, a lot of people left with us. Who is still there to watch Wednesday 13? I don't know, but. I'll book your bed if you pass the buck. You can pay to play, and you can pay to suck. I don't have a favorite place to play anymore. Right now, my favorite place to play is my apartment. You can see I got my SM7B. I got all my fucking guitars behind me, and my amps back there, and I just stay busy. I don't know. I'm hoping to get some shows going at Old Canal Inn in Nutley would be a good spot. I think they have a good sized room, and it's a good bar, good beer, so good food. Buy a ticket, don't forget to leave right after I sing, so the other bands get fucked too. I'll book your bed if you pass the buck. Oh, the Bobby Steele thing. I fixed his computer when I was a kid, and then we kind of became friends. And I showed him a song that I wrote Vampire Pinup Girl, and he really liked it, and he wanted to do it. And then we just I ended up joining the Undead for like a hot minute. That's where I met actually the drummer who stayed in the Bad Hormones for a long time and played on the first couple albums, Billy Gotta. Me and him were kind of like, I called us the rhythm section from hell when we were in the Undead. And then some years after that, I just ended up hanging out with Mr. Jim. He had a record store down the street from me, so I went there, asked him like, hey, you still play drums? You want to jam? And he's like, yeah. So we started a band. We wrote a bunch of songs, the Ecstatics. It was me, Mr. Jim, and Mike Myers were both in Continental Crawler. Mr. Jim was also in the Misfits. Steve Berman, the bass player, was the bass player for the Victims. Fucking awesome. And my guitar player from the Bad Hormones, Rob Benny, was the lead guitarist. And I don't know, we just wrote some killer tunes. And I wish we could still do it, but... And then I ended up, after that, again joining the Undead and played on their album, The More the Merrier. I played bass and I wrote I Got Your Number. I wrote that with Mr. Jim the first time. And then Righteous Light, I wrote a Christian punk song. And Vampire Pinup Girl's on there too, so if you like that, check it out. The Accelerators, I don't think. No, I never toured with them. I don't really think they tour. So I don't know. I did one of their albums. I hate it now. It was like the first thing I ever did, and I did a music video for them too, early on for Sex in a Cemetery. Unfortunately, I'm also in it. But no, I you know what? From all those guys, from Ron, from Bobby, from Mr. Jim, like I learned Steve, Rob, anybody I've ever played with, I learned shit from. But like Bobby Steele showed me how to play guitar. Most of my drum phrasing is Mr. Jim. Like I'm a meat and potatoes drummer, and he was like kind of a rock and roll 4 on the floor drummer. He wasn't doing like Rush type shit, you know. So I don't know. And Ron fucking just writes good songs, man. I've been blessed to like learn a lot of stuff by osmosis from these dudes, so it's cool. Lately, I have been collaborating with the guys in the Bad Hormones. It's 2 of the dudes from Devil in the Belfry. Jeff and Sean are awesome, and my friend Jordan's on the drums, and we were putting together a new album, and we were gonna play Philly and do some stuff, but right now I don't know what the hell's gonna happen. We're gonna still do an album at least, but and then my friend Keith Burton from high school is probably one of the best musicians I know, and I've been sending him tunes, and he's been recording just keeping my vocals and recording all new, way better music than I could ever play. So hopefully we'll hear that at some point too. I'll get that out into the world. That would be cool. Band or acoustic? I would say, I don't know. I like going up there with an acoustic guitar because when people yell out a song that they want to hear, play What Kind of Father Are You, or play this or play that, I can play it and not have to worry that anyone's going to get butt hurt by anybody in my band playing a song that I wrote. They didn't write it, I wrote it, but they're not allowed to play it. So I like playing acoustic more, just I can fucking do what I want. And my success and my failure is on me, and I like that, you know. So it's important. So let the hunt begin. No question what it's like to slaughter every. I don't think Harold Ramis is going to turn as much. Toss and turn is hard. I think he's just gonna kind of a little bit, you know. I don't know. I'm excited for the new Ghostbusters movie. Way more than I was for the one that preceded it. I fucking thought that was just a tonal disaster. Like, everything was wrong. That's not how you remake a movie. So, I don't know. I'm excited for Ghostbusters 3, but I might have to write a meme song about it, too. We'll see what happens.
Catch us with canine sights.
Reboots I recommend. I like the 80s Blob. I think was supposed to be a reboot. That was a great. I think that's a great horror movie. The Thing is like a reboot or a remake. The Fly. There's a lot of good ones in the 80s that remade shit that filmmaking technology had come so much further and they could do cooler stuff. And then once like the 2000s hit and they started CGIing everything, it's like now it's not as cool because I don't know, it's all contrived bullshit. Like that 2011 Thing movie, they made all practical effects and then decided we're gonna do CGI. I fucking hate that. I don't know, a current one that I enjoyed. I like The Town That Dreaded Sundown. I like the My Bloody Valentine 3D one was pretty good. I like the Friday the 13th reboot, I guess. It was fine. It kind of summed up the whole mythology of 3 movies into one and in a modern time. I mean, I don't know. I lower my expectations a lot now too. I just want to enjoy it. Like Ghostbusters to me completely unenjoyable, that 2016 one, but like Friday the 13th, it hit the marks for me. Was it perfect? No. Nothing is, but it was fun. I liked it.
Buy your milk, your eggs, your bread. We're getting snow, at least that's
Things about me. I worked for about a decade defending civil rights for New Jersey Division on Civil Rights. And I don't know, they do great work over there. We determined that ladies' night was discriminatory against men. So, you know, really good work that we did there. Another fact, I will not blow smoke up anybody's ass. I just can't support mediocrity. And I'll name names. If you want me to name names, let me know. I'll name names. I do a lot of impressions. I'm not going to do any of them right now because I only had 1 cup of coffee and it's too early for this. But I love to play the devil's advocate. I will take a horrible point of view. I will say a horrible thing just to have the argument with people. Mainly for the next fact. I have a podcast Wednesdays at 8:15 on Facebook.com/Cult of Contempt. We go live with different guests every week and kind of just break balls and have fun, and it's cool. So check that out.
1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, all you're getting now.
My drink of choice is it's either coffee, black coffee, or Tito's and whatever you put in Tito's, orange juice, some Arnold Palmer, cranberry juice. I don't know. Just think of a juice or a seltzer or some shit. That's my drink of choice with Tito's. Tito's, a drink of champions. Top 5, was that 4? 5 Mount Rushmore. 4 faces on Mount Rushmore. I don't know. I would say Stone Cold Steve Austin is a big one. He's one of my favorites. Bruiser Brody, I really like. That's a tough one, you know. I'll throw Raven in there. I think Raven was like one of the kind of underrated, criminally underrated guys in his day. With shit that, I don't know. The sky was the limit with him. and Razor Ramon, Scott Hall, the Starship Coyote, the Diamond Stud, whatever you want to call him. I always thought his work was great. And I would also throw an honorable mention would be The Undertaker too. Just timeless. That guy did crazy shit when he was in WCW as like a nobody, as Mean Mark Callis. I love the old wrestling. Like, that's really my favorite, is watching these guys before they were who they were and seeing what those little shades of like shimmers of greatness that they have. So thanks for having me on, dude. It's been a pleasure. You should come on the Cult of Contempt one week. Wednesdays at 8:15 we go live. Let me know and I'll pencil you in, bro. Talk about this Singaya. Peace out.
Absolutely, dude. I'd love to come on the Cult of Contempt. Set up a date. Let's do it. Let's make that happen. Again, that's Paul Mauled. You can check him out. You can check out his solo stuff, his band Bad Hormones. He's just fucking awesome. His music is great. Support the scene. Support the music.